Hey y'all, it's your girl Shai here, and I am so glad to be here for another episode of our Heal You podcast. I took a week off because I just needed to mentally align myself, but I am so grateful to be here with you today as we work together and choose to grow, heal, and step into our next chapter of life with confidence. All right, before we get started, let's do a little bit of our reflection on week 10's episode, Building a Life You Love, Creating Alignment in Every Area. There we talked about what it means to live in alignment, how to recognize when things feel out of sync, and the small shifts that bring us closer to a life that truly reflects our values, purpose, and passion. But friends, alignment alone isn't enough. To step into the life you truly desire, you need confidence. You need the courage to claim your space, speak your truth, and move forward, even when self-doubt tries to creep in. So let's try something together. Find a mirror, or better yet, pull out your phone and switch it to selfie mode. I'll give you a minute to adjust and get yourself together, but work through the process, friends. Find that mirror or pull out your phone and just put it in selfie mode. Now look yourself in the eyes and say it with me out loud. I am capable. I have everything I need within me. I choose to trust myself and my journey. Friends, this isn't about vanity. It's about recognition. Sometimes the words we need to hear the most have to come from our own voice. Confidence starts when believing in yourself and doing so out loud. I am capable. I am worthy of my next chapter. I step boldly into my future with confidence and grace. Take a moment, friends, and write down your own statement that will help to motivate you, to get you to where you want to be, to help you align with your goals of being authentically yourself and embracing confidence. Now let's get into week 11. Hope you've got your books out already, your paper, something to drink to keep you motivated. But let's get started. Understanding confidence, it's a muscle, not a trait. Think about that. Confidence isn't something we're just born with. It's not reserved for a select few who just have it. Confidence, my friends, is a muscle. It grows through action, repetition, and experience. I'm going to stop there. Confidence, my friends, it's a muscle. It's something that we activate within. We have to do it by being consistent with the process over and over and over again. How many times have you heard that through this podcast? Have you ever noticed that the more you do something, the more confident you become in it? Whether it's speaking up in meetings, trying a new workout, or even posting on social media. The first time feels awkward, right? But over time, with practice, you start to own it. You start to be who you are. That's interesting. I'll give a short example about me and my confidence. Anyone who knows me knows I hate to drive. I get anxious when it comes to you asking me to drive somewhere, especially in unfamiliar places. The past 5 months, I've had to learn how to drive myself to where I needed to be. I didn't have my crutch to rely on. And not that I'm as confident as the frequent flight driver who likes to do things, but I am more confident the more and more I just drive myself outside of my comfort zone. And the same goes for confidence in yourself and your life choices. The more you show up for yourself, the stronger your confidence becomes. The key is to act as if. Act as if you're confident, even when fear tells you you're not. Act as if you're confident, friends, even when fear tells you you're not. Think about it, friends. Where in your life do you hold back because of fear? I gave one example, driving. What would happen if you took a small, bold step forward instead? I know it may seem a little hard, or you get anxious when you think about doing something that is the unknown. But what would happen, friends, if you took just one small step forward? Let's dig a little deeper. How do we overcome that self-doubt? One of the biggest barriers to confidence is truly self-doubt. That little voice in your head that whispers, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What will people think? Here's the truth, friends. Self-doubt is normal, but it doesn't have to control you. Everyone goes through self-doubt. Everyone. Even if they appear as though they're the most confident person in the room, standing tall, shoulders aligned, head up, with a powerful smile, self-doubt can easily creep into the minds of those individuals. But here is the key. You have to flip the script. Think about it. Instead of asking yourself, what if I fail? Try saying, what if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams? Instead of telling yourself over and over again, I'm not ready. Try this one. Every expert was once a beginner. I'll learn as I go. That's a good one. Instead of, what will people think? Try, what do I think? My dreams matter. I'm going to stop there for a moment because we all have the problem of giving others the control over us taking the next step forward. And friends, it's not about others when you're working on your goals. It starts with you. It's all about what you think, what you want to do, and focusing on your dreams because, friends, your dreams matter. Every time doubt wants to creep in, I want you to challenge it. I want you to ask yourself, would I say this to a friend? If not, don't say it to yourself. I want you to take a moment, friends, and write down 3 negative thoughts you often have about yourself. Then I want you to look at those thoughts and reroute them in powerful, positive affirmations. And it is your goal to read them daily. If I think about kind of where I've been the last 5 months, I mentioned this early on in the podcast. I think one of the first 1 or 2 episodes. My mirror in my guest bathroom is full of positive thoughts. It talks about how I am grateful that I will get through this, that God is my protector, I will be healed. I am rooted in love and growing in strength. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I have the ability to get through everything it is that I'm dealing with in life. I am focused. I am aligned. I am a conqueror. All of those things are written out on my mirror because I needed to read them to myself. I needed to remind myself that I have the confidence and the ability to get through anything. I challenge you to try it. You'll be surprised how much you're able to strengthen your ability to get through things. It's worth it. Truly, it's worth it. And you'll never stop doing it after you've tried it a few times. So here's the thing, friends, about confidence. It doesn't grow from thinking about confidence or being confident. It grows from doing. Actions build confidence. If you want to be more confident in speaking up, speak, even if your voice shakes a little bit. You want to feel more comfortable in your skin, show up as you are, no filter needed. And if you want to chase a dream, friends, take one step toward it today, not tomorrow, today. Fear tells you to wait until you feel confident. But confidence, friends, doesn't come from first. Action does. And the more you act, the less scary it becomes. Think about the last time you took a bold step. You just threw yourself out there because you wanted to do something, an action, an activity, maybe walking up to someone and introducing yourself. How do you think you felt in that moment? How did it feel afterward? That rush of, wow, I really did that. That, my friends, is confidence growing in real time. I'll take you back to me not being comfortable driving. There's a bridge in the Cleveland area that I hate to drive on. I mean, stiff, scared, hate driving on. I've been across that bridge a few times. And whereas I might be a little anxious and scared and skeptical about driving, my first step was actually not getting off the last exit that's going to take me to that bridge, but actually driving over that bridge, getting through it, practicing my breathing, watching my mirrors. And once I'm over it, being able to relax and say to myself, you did it, Shai. You did it. That's me building confidence and giving fear the finger. So I want to challenge you, friends, to do one thing this week that pushes you outside of your comfort zone. It can be a big thing or small thing. All I want you to do is just take action on it. Focus on it. Do what is needed to build your confidence. And you know, confidence isn't just about what you do. It's also about what you believe about yourself. If you don't believe you're capable, worthy, or strong enough, no amount of external validation will ever change that. So let me ask you, friends, do you believe in yourself? Like really, really believe in yourself? If your answer isn't a strong yes, it's time for us to work on that. Start by proving to yourself that you keep your promises, that you set small goals and follow through, that you build trust with yourself, that you surround yourself with people who uplift you. Confidence grows, my friends, when you're in the right environment. Speak to yourself with kindness. Confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about self-respect. You know, today's church sermon was talking all about algorithms. Well, the focus of the sermon was about obedience. But it talked about the algorithms that we deal with in social media today. That what we click on, what we listen to, what we choose to share, all of those things are a part of the algorithm. And the more you choose to listen to them, click on them, share them, guess what? Everything else will fall down, and that is what you see on a regular basis. So if you're focusing on confidence and what you allow to be in your brain on a regular basis, what you choose to listen to, how you choose to feed your mental, then that is what you're going to get. You know, some people talk about how social media is such a bad thing. I find joy in social media because my algorithm is full of motivation, inspiration, healing thoughts, ways for me to center myself, affirmations of positivity. And that is because that is what I've chosen to click on, listen to, and share. And you don't have to have everything figured out to be confident. I know I don't. You just have to trust that whatever comes, you will handle it with confidence. All right? So y'all see the shirt, right? So let's talk about it. Let's be real. Fear has a way of trying to run the show. It whispers all the reasons why we shouldn't step out, why we aren't ready, and why we aren't enough. But you know what I've learned, friends? It's time to give fear the finger, the other one. And yes, I mean that literally and figuratively. Fear has held too much power over us for too long. It's tried to keep us small, to make us believe we aren't worthy of our next level. But we're done with that. It is time to give fear the finger because we, my friends, we've got this. And giving fear the finger isn't just a phrase. It's a mindset, a reminder that fear doesn't get to control you anymore. And guess what? You can carry this reminder with you every day on a sweatshirt, a coffee mug, or even just in your thoughts. Whenever fear creeps in, remind yourself, nope, I'm giving fear the finger today. Because you, my friends, are stronger, bolder, and more capable than fear wants you to believe. You have the ability to do whatever it is that you challenge yourself to do. That the more and more you take one step forward, the more and more you try over and over again, before you know it, you're the person standing in that room. Straight up. Arms, shoulders back, head up high with a smile on your face, demanding confidence in the room that you walk in. Something to think about. Confidence, friends, isn't about being fearless. It's about being scared and taking action anyway. Confidence is about believing in yourself, even when doubt creeps in. It's about knowing that you are worthy of stepping into your next chapter with boldness and grace. And if you need me here, friends, I am here every step of the way to cheer you on, to motivate you, to help you understand that you have got this. Because this is our season. It's our season to bloom. And as you continue this journey, I want you to remember, confidence isn't a destination. It's a practice. So keep showing up for yourself. Keep pushing past fear. Keep betting on yourself. Write your affirmations. Read them out loud. Say them to yourself every time you feel that doubt starting to creep in. Even if it's just one, I am capable. I can do this. Every time you hear a negative thought, change it to something positive. When that thought says, I can't do this, remind yourself, Why can't I do this? When that thought says, I'll never accomplish this, no, scratch that and reverse it and say, I can do this one step at a time, even if I don't know what the answer is or what the next steps will be. When someone says to you something negative, why would you do this? Answer them and say, why wouldn't I? That is confidence. That isn't arrogance. That's showing to yourself that you have the ability to do whatever it is you set your heart to. Trust me, it has taken me stepping out, giving fear the finger over and over again to just get to where I am today. And you, my friends, can do so also. All right. Great week of aligning ourselves and talking about confidence, giving fear the finger. I want you to really focus on where you need to be this week, because next week we're diving into a powerful and necessary topic: releasing what no longer serves you, letting go of more fear, limiting beliefs, and old narratives. Because before we can fully step into confidence, we have to make room by letting go of the things that continue to weigh us down. We'll explore how to identify what's holding you back, the power of releasing emotional baggage, and how to step into freedom with clarity and peace. So until then, friends, keep growing, keep healing, and you know I love it, but friends, let's continue to keep blooming. I'll see you next week.